about 6 hours right after I get off the show. And it still ain't popping. We on now. We live now. So, I apologize, family. Something happened. Something that shouldn't have happened. I'm gonna take note of that. And get the other part of the crew working on that. You know what I'm saying? I like Quasi was saying, we run a lot of shit, man. I'm running a whole lot of shit. And I guess we just overwhelmed the server, confused it or whatever. But I'll give y'all some time to get back on. But we was talking about, before we dropped, we was talking about the true role or the true idea behind immortality and the actual fact that you become bigger than the body. But not, and I want to be clear, because a lot of times we go to the extreme. We move beyond the body and we become these universal people, and and we move away from serving our folk and start serving the world. And it's like, nah, that's not immortality for us. That's fuckery. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna say it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when people start getting universal, you know what I'm saying, especially in the world the way the world is designed, you know what I'm saying? It's rare that a chimpanzee will fall out of a tree and a lion help his ass back up in the tree. The lion is not being cruel. The lion is just being a goddamn lion. And if the lion is slipping, that chimpanzee gonna get that right hook in and take that motherfucker's jaw off. It's not that the chimpanzee is being cruel. It's just the chimpanzee is just living. That's life, right? So a lion is gonna take care of a lion. A chimpanzee is gonna try to take care of a chimpanzee the best way that they can. Now, I'm saying that to say this. We were born into groups, and we have to make sure that we take care of the groups, because within those groups is our immortality. That's what some of these super spiritual people be losing sight of when they be talking about love. All that shit starts from the inside and works its way outside. You can fake love motherfuckers all you want, because if you're not loving your group, you're not showing love. If you're not first loving at home, you're not truly showing love, and you're not moving towards immortality. You're moving towards saptum, but you're not moving towards immortality. Somebody else just called in, huh?
What you call it? You said you're not moving towards immortality. You're moving towards what?
Sapness. Being a sap, as they used to say back in the old days. Somebody else just called in. Yeah, you young, you know, being a sap. You look it up, SAPP or SAP, one or the other. Being like the sap that come out of a tree, sticky and slow.
Well, no, I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking like that actually really hit home, man. Like, because if families, I'm looking around like my family. I mean, I hate to really say it like that, really, but I mean, I see it almost feels like it's a consistent thing with several families. A lot of families I know, black families, that generationally they like losing touch with each other. Like,
oh yeah,
don't know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's alarming.
It's alarming, and it's by social design. We have to be. Somebody need to turn the recording down. We have to be separated from each other. That's how you defeat anything.
But there's too many people in the world.
Well, I disagree with that.
Well, at least in the United States.
I disagree with that.
I disagree too.
Oh my God. Okay, welcome, Gina G. But you too close. That's you echoing in here. You got to move. You got to go somewhere else or hang up, please. Gina wanted to join the conversation. She more than welcome, but I need her to move somewhere else. Oh, she got her phone and everything. But anyway, somebody else called in?
This is Alona. I just finished my Madunessa class, and I just decided to listen in. That's it.
Okay. We got brother. We got. We gonna have we got a full roster tonight. Hallelujah. But going back to it, it's by social design because, like, anybody know that the best way to beat anything, whether you playing basketball, football, or war, or politics, is to disintegrate it from inward. If you could destroy it from inside first, you can destroy it. And what a lot of us don't understand that was key with our immortality is the tribe, is the community, is who we are as a group, is the struggles that combine us. And when we start losing sight of that, we start losing touch with that great wisdom.
Wow, you just really inspired me in a way that could be like, you just made me realize the power that we all have, like how we all have the power of God, because we can all make babies. We can all we can start families and we can create new myths and new types of understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's just about that connection, though.
See, and what you hitting on right now is what Gye-Nyame is majorly about. We have, think about it. We formed our own myths. We got myths. We start creating myths. Stop relying on old myths. We started creating new myths, right? New orientations and stuff like that because what we have was not combating what was out here in a way that when I started that I felt was necessary. We have to really start reconstructing because many of us are in families that are disintegrating, and it's disintegrating because a lot of our people are sick. They are outside themselves. They are not partaking of great wisdom. They are looking for other people's wisdom. They're not looking for their own wisdom. They're not looking for that or doing that wisdom mining like we're doing right now, and we're going back and we're looking at Erskine Peters, and we're looking at Erskine Peters' book where he went through all these other documents and did all this personal research to pull up these proverbs, this crystallized wisdom that will plug us back into our culture and start helping shape the way that we think. So many of us are running into issues where we want the family connection, but we can't get it because our families don't understand that it's about the family. But many of us have been trained to put the money first, to put the economics first, to put the property first. So we had to come up with a system that says, look, it's about the people first. Yeah, we need money, but yeah, it's about the people first. How can I bring value to the group in which I belong? This is where the saying comes from. What we say in Gye-Nyame, we say blood is thicker than water, but spirit is thicker than blood. I have closer relationships with men and some women in our tribe than I have with some people that I grew up with. Not that the love ain't there for the people that I grew up with, but I had to establish a tribe and establish a family right here where I'm at, in this time, in this place, because I understand that if I allow the separation between me and the family or whatever is coming in between us, if I start allowing that to happen, what I do is I leave myself defenseless. Now, what do I mean by that? When we pour libations, or when we doing our toast, we toast the ancestors, which represent the past. We toast our children, which represent the future. And then also, we toast the present. And we spend a little extra time in the present because it's important that people realize that it's the present and what we do with this moment that determines whether or not we will exist. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? Because if we throw our moments away now, what we are doing is we're throwing our inheritance, we're throwing our children's inheritance to the wind. Because the one thing that we can always give our children is time and space. I might not be able to give you no money, but I could make time and space for you. Time and space. And I ain't just talking about you spending time. I'm talking about you having a place in the world where you could bring these children into and giving them the time to exist. Not realizing that this is what other people are going for. They're going for our time and they're going for our space. Why? Because we're in their way. Because they want the time and space that we have. And if we lose it in the moment, not only do we give away what our children had, but we submit ourselves and our ancestors to what is called hell. And that's being totally forgotten. Not only because we won't have any progeny to remember us, and then on top of that, we won't have anybody in the moment to raise us up. So we totally will disappear.
Wow, that's crazy. I never even had thought of it in the two-way street like that, like to make it that full of a circle connection, like, because I think about how hell for me is to be forgotten by, the next couple of generations that to come after me. But then they'll be experiencing hell if they forget about me. So it's in their best interest to remember me. It's not like a selfish thing. You know what I'm saying?
But it's cool. Now,
like,
if the generations forget you, eventually you're going to be forgotten. But this is where the system that our ancestors have, in a sense, plugged us into worked for us. Because we don't call it reincarnation, but we have a concept of reincarnation in our culture. This is why the moment is important, because if you don't handle your business in the moment and you waste your life, you are coming back through the same bloodline, homie, and you're going to have to deal with the mess that you left. So you might come back in 5 generations, right back through the same bloodline. Have you left? Are you doing the work now to leave your bloodline better than it was? Or have you established a new bloodline that your children will always be able to plug into and get a connection with you and have a space open for you when you come back? At least that's my thoughts. All this is rambles by a crazy old man. That's it. But we got other people on the line. Let me stop running my mouth. What's going on? Let me read the proverb. The proverb we are discussing is, immortality is the inheritance of the partakers of great wisdom, say the knowledge holders. This is from the African Openers to the Tree of Life. For those that had a book, you're very fortunate because the book now is at $150. And I know I gave some people in Gye-Nyame this book, and I want my damn book back. Because I'm putting it on Amazon and eBay for $150.
$150.
$150. This $10 book, when I was telling people we need to start reading it, it was like $9.95. Then it went up to $18. Now on Amazon, they're pushing it off at $150. I'm calling the publisher tomorrow.
You see what they take it down.
So we talked about inheritance, partakers of great wisdom. Partakers of great wisdom. What is a partaker of great wisdom? They say immortality is the inheritance of the partakers of great wisdom. Wisdom makes it possible for you to be able to live life, not just survive in life, to be able to live. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame. Turn that down. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm sorry. So nobody got anything else to talk about on that one? So if you want to live forever, you know what I'm saying? Live for a bigger concept. Find big ideas. Become them. Become them. Immortality is not about living forever in this same physical form. As a matter of fact, the Greeks have a great myth about, I can't remember the character's name, but the character asked for immortality. And the Greek gods, he did something fucked up to him, and he outsmarted him. So they wanted to teach him a lesson, or her a lesson. It might have been both. It might have been androgyny or something like that. He was androgynous or something. He fooled the gods. He or she fooled the gods, and they granted him immortality. But they did not stop the aging process. So this guy or gal was living immortally in a body that never stopped aging. Immortality is too big for our human bodies. And thank goodness, because that gives us the possibility of making room for the next generation. And it also allows us to participate in the cycle, in our Afrocentric cycle of life. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I was going to say, Brother D, the Traveler, I was going to say, with the fact that the way that this world system is set up, in the way that we eat and treat nature, it automatically is causing our cells to die anyway. So they're going to deteriorate and no longer replicate in the way that would be beneficial, where we will continue on in a continuous, eternal life physically. Do you think about it? Remember the movie Lucy?
Mm-hmm.
It said how it talks about the cell is either going to duplicate itself, or it dies and passes its genes on to the next generation, and that's how it continues on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the question is, what you doing with your life? Are you partaking within great wisdom? And are you ready to receive your inheritance? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's the question of the day. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? The elder walked in and said, I just finished my Mental Nature class. Partakers of great wisdom, the wisdom that's just in the words of individuals that studied life. They were life scientists. They were studying cycles. Right? I mean, right now, because, like, for example, if we just look at human existence right now, man, we going through a major human cycle. Throughout the ages, humans have had to deal with diseases that they did not understand. This is not new. What we're going through right now. It's new for us in this lifetime, but this shit is not new. This shit happens on a cycle. But sometimes we forget the cycle and we start thinking that it's about us, and we become bigger than nature, and then nature got to slap our ass back down and let you know, listen, I got some shit that you don't even know about. Right? Becoming a partaker of wisdom. Wisdom watches cycles. Wisdom is able to predict because wisdom watches. Wisdom understands because it has been studying something for a long period of time. As a matter of fact, is wisdom because it knows what to study. Right? You know, we got people trying to hold on to life for 100, 150, 200 years. You know, I'm like, yo, more power to you. I'm moving out the way so I can make room for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And my thank you, Sasha, and my great-great-grandchildren. Because I might be one of those coming back.
Yeah, shoot, I think about my grandfather who made his transition in '96 back in December. He had the opportunity to see great
Mm,
grandchild.
mm. After
Shoot,
living a
even
good
my
life.
yeah,
I mean, with my fault in the midst of living a good life. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk to some elders, it's like they're not scared. They're relaxed. And you know what I'm saying? It's not that they say, hey,
hmm
come on, take me. But it's like, yo, it's my time. Chill out. Don't worry about it. You know,
it's a certain knowing that they share and that they have.
right. You know, why fight the inevitable? Why not go on and embrace it and get the lesson out of it so that you could pass on that information to others? We so busy fighting stuff that we don't need to be fighting. But anyway, I don't know what happened to Quasi. Quasi fell off. I think he might have fell asleep on me. You know, I started running my mouth. Y'all know you got to do like Brother D just did, just jump in and just knock me off the mic, cause I'm holding on to it. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. All right. Also, letting y'all know, Elder Alona reminded me. Also letting y'all know that on this Imani, learn the language at 11:30, if I'm correct. We will be having per Ankh. Is it 11:30? We will be having on DigiTV. We will be having the per Ankh. So family, tune in. I'll be sending out the black signal for the last few times because I don't know. I got to talk to the rest of the family about when we're gonna get rid of the black signal and move to Discord. We just got to work out this whole boosting the Discord so that we be able to get these texts out and stuff like that for those that's interested. All right, but anyway. So Elder Alona, you there? Come on now.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, you get to pick between 1 and 3. Pick a number either 1 or 3. And that'll be the proverb we work on. That might be the last one tonight. Or you want to hear the proverb? You want to hear all the proverbs we working on today?
I'll pick 3.
She picks 3. Man, I need a drum roll or something. 3. Ooh, man. There we go. Great seeing and good speaking cause the raising of the dead and reassembling of the dismembered and move them toward the first source, say the knowledge holders, which leads to heaven in the soul and brings rebirth. Man, this is warrior talk. This is warrior talk. Anime, where you at? Where? Anybody seen Anime? Oh, okay. Good help is so hard to find. Trying to work with these spiritual animals is it's. So the proverb is great seeing and good speaking cause the raising of the dead and the reassembling of the dismembered and move them toward the first source, say the knowledge holders, which leads to heaven in the soul and brings rebirth. So in the first one, we talked about dealing with immortality, gaining immortality. In that small proverb, in that 2-sentence proverb, it talked about you gaining immortality. The one that Elder Alona has picked for us is ancient wisdom that talks to us about learning to raise the dead and reassemble the dismembered and aligning them with a power that will allow them to have heaven in their soul. Damn. Hell, you might have just picked a proverb that could solve all of our problems. The raising of the dead. Anybody want to go in on that one before I lose my mind? Because my mind is just speeding right now. No? Let me check the chat. Maybe somebody in the chat is like, oh, God, here we go. Somebody stop him. I'm just wondering where Quasi went. All right. Let's get it. All right. Y'all gonna be quiet. I got it. Great singing and good speaking. Man. Great seeing and good speaking. Great seeing and good speaking. Now, in many of our cultures, I can't say all, but you know, this whole concept of being a great communicator is stressed. Being able to bring the word and being able to help people see ideas or introduce people to ideas, or being able to teach through words, forming proper words, has always been of the utmost importance. Being able to communicate those ideas, great seeing and good speaking, being able to be respectful in speech has always been very important for us. So great seeing, and it goes far beyond just being able to have two eyes and being able to see, because many of us are constantly perplexed by, let me speak for myself, by Brother Kwame's ability to see deeply into concepts. You know what I'm saying? And without actually doing what most of us see with our physical eyes, being able to, because he will ask you, like, describe the hat. And he's able to see it in his mind. Great seeing is more than just being able to have light hit our eyes and transmit the light patterns so that it could be reassembled within somewhere in our mind. You know what I'm saying? Great seeing is about being able to actually, without the physical light, being able to engage. Go ahead, say it again.
These two orbs that are in our skulls can play tricks on us.
Oh man!
It's actually the illusion that is created by the light. You know, even such as something like a hologram. So being able to see, you know, beyond that sight, and say, with that great speaking that paints that picture within your mind that can take you from anywhere. I remember reading an article from the Ghetto Times, maybe back in like 2001, 2002, talking about dreams and the dream state. Like, where do you go when you actually dream? Because you know, when you get into that part of sleep where you're so deep asleep, somebody can lift your eyelids, your eyeballs are looking at them, but you're not there. So what is it that your eyes are? So what is it that you're seeing, or where are you in that moment? So that powerful speaking, kind of like even with the poetry, that paints a picture in your imagination to create an image that you can project into another realm that gives you vision to see beyond where you are in this present moment. It's almost like saying Kofa, the bird, is standing in the present moment with his neck stretching out towards the future, but yet looking back, all at the same time.
Being interdimensional, multidimensional, being able to And I think both of those, the great seeing and good and good speaking, go hand in hand. Because in order to be a great speaker, you do have to you have to see it in your mind to get the words across. You know what I'm saying? So they go hand in hand. They need each other. And these two things working together are able to, as they say here, cause the raising of the dead. I mean, just think about that. Cause the raising of the dead. I know some of y'all out there like, but like I said, Elijah Muhammad solved the mystery of the raising of the dead for us years ago, because that's what they call what they do, raising the dead black man. You know what I'm saying? Being able to bring you ignorance. When you look in our culture, ignorance is comparable to death. A being that is living in ignorance is dead. For all intents and purposes, is a useless being. In ignorance is dead. He, she, or it is dead. And I know some of y'all have experienced this, where you have had conversations with people and you have walked away like, that motherfucker is dead. They're animated, but there's no life there. There's no imagination or great seeing. The words are making sense. No good speaking. When we are able to combine the great seeing and great speaking, what we do is we are able to bring or to flash light into the dark. We are able to bring somebody from one state to another state, from ignorance to some form of knowing. Bring them to life. We have a bunch of zombies walking around us right now. A whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said this morning, I'm to a point in my life where I'm done playing down to the lowest denominator. If an individual does not have the attention span, don't have the attention span, and I always got to downplay what we do because a group of individuals don't have the attention span, I got a choice between one with a good attention span and 10 that don't. I'm going with the one. Cause it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost like in many cases for me, I ain't got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a lot of time. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
It's like the whole metaphor of, you can count the number of seeds in the apple, but you can't count the number of trees that are in the seed. So just being able to spark the life within that one to be the very catapult or catalyst rather that ignites an entire generation of individuals along with that scene. So
you just did it.
The dead and creating more life. Yeah.
You just did it with that metaphor. Say that metaphor again, or whatever. I don't know if metaphor is the proper term. You can count the what?
You can count the number of seeds in the apple, but you can't count the number of apples or the trees that are within the seed.
Damn. Wow.
Because that seed sprouts a tree which produces more apples on top of that.
And all those apples got seeds that can produce more trees.
Right. Which produce more apples. So the cycle continues on and on. So
that's great seeing and great speaking. That's great seeing and good speaking, brother. You just brought somebody to life. Somebody out there, because you that shit moved me. You know what I'm saying? You gave me another 5 minutes of life. Shit. It sparked, like, damn, that was a good one. So great singing and good speaking caused the raising of the dead and the reassembling of the dismembered.
Nothing like getting a word from somebody that helps you to recalibrate yourself and get everything back in its place.
That's right. When the dismembered. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, because something that's dismembered or taken apart is scattered, but when we remember, we're putting things back in their proper place, back to where they belong.
Damn.
So that it's functioning in the proper way.
Damn. Brother D dropping it. Y'all heard it? So it causes, so listen. Great singing and good speaking caused the raising of the dead and the reassembling of the dismembered. And he said, remember, dismembered means taking apart and kind of spreading out. Remember means putting back together and putting things in their proper place. And move them forward towards the first source. Dang, said the knowledge holder, which leads to heaven in the soul and brings rebirth. So when you do great speaking, and wait, is it great singing? It's great singing, good speaking. You raise the dead. You help the dismembered put themselves back together. And you point them towards the first source. What's the first source? Come on, family. We ain't going to answer that for you. What's your first source? You know, because if it's money, you're in the wrong place. But I'm just saying. All right? Because a lot of y'all, whether you want to admit it or not, for a lot of us, money is the first source. And if that is the first source, then that means that your God is man. But go ahead.
But that's the funny thing, that money is actually not the source, it's a resource. So it's a source, again, it's something that's based off of the source. So a resource, so we again source, and I'm trying to get to the source. I don't need the resource, I need to go back to the original, to the first thing, not a copy of it.
Just dropping bombs tonight. Which leads to heaven in the soul and brings rebirth.
Man, so I remember some time ago giving a talk, based off of the whole concept of how the disciples' prayer, aka the Lord's Prayer, goes. And saying, on earth as it is in heaven. So if my body represents the earth, the same things, the same greatness that's supposed to be going on above, so above, so below, should be going on within me. So my job is to make this existence like heaven. So whatever the concept of heaven is, and that's what we should be striving to do, because that would be us connecting back to the source.
To the first source. Not the resource, but the first source. Plugging and aligning ourselves with the first source by learning great seeing and practicing good speaking. And in doing that, raising the dead and helping to reassemble the dismembered, those who have lost their way. Pointing them towards the first source, the original source, which provides them with heaven in the soul.
Must be why we tribe building.
Oh man, God, you
know. We had families before we got to the tribe. Then
to the tribe. Got to build
the clan, then to the village. Then
there
to
you
the city,
go.
Ultimately to the nation.
There you go.
So I mean,
Partakers of great. You sound like you a partaker of great wisdom, my friend. Shit.
because you're looking at this. I guess this is nature's way of also making us get back to that first source. I mean, our interest into this existence was family, or the nuclear family. So many of us are with our nuclear family, or those who we've deemed to be family.
Mm.
As a wise person told me, family, it's a blood makes you related. It's the connection that makes you family.
Mm. Mm.
So being able to connect with your family, where you get that wisdom, where you get that unconditional love, where you get that that correction that's needed, where you get that that tough love when it's needed.
Right, when you need it. That where you really establish who you are and what you are. I mean, well, actually, you get help establish it. You learn about who you are and what you are, and you are able to live that. But yo, we are at, it's like 10:37, and family, I'm about to shut it down so I get up here and we could do some further talking tomorrow because it's Good Friday, so a lot of y'all ain't got nowhere to go anyway. And I am going to set up this Digi TV so that y'all can go on and hear this good talk all night long. Shouts out to Brother D for coming in here and cracking heads. Shouts out to Brother Quasi for also joining us. I don't know what happened. I hope everything is all right. We want to thank Elder Alona for being in the midst and blessing us by stepping into the circle, especially right after, because I know that learning that mental nectar and having those discussions can also be kind of draining as well. I mean, because when you putting forth all that energy, mind energy that shit is hard to replenish. But anyway, family, I want to thank you for joining us in the Congregation of Mighty, being in the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle build muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. You better have said something, girl, because I slowed it down for you. But go ahead, bro. You was about to say something. I had to talk to Anime. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just saying peace.
I'm gonna give you a second to go and do your final statement. I just want to make sure they understand that this is Tribal Coast and it's a Heart of a Simple production. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. But like Brother D, the traveler, you have any final words for the fam?
Yeah, continue to do the wisdom mining. Continue to take this time to work on yourself and do that inner work, because they're restricting where you're able to go. So this is a great time to work on yourself, to meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, learn how to get in tune with yourself and being able to listen to that still small voice that is the God within you.
Shouts out to Zal Ben. Bonjour to you as well. Brother D, thank you for handling it. I mean, you was handling the text. You got here and you broke it down. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. He said the flail and the crook in response to one of our statements, the flail and the crook. So you got to call in tomorrow and talk about that, break that down. We also want to give, he says, a good time to remember. Shouts out to Brother Kwame out there. Elder Alona, you got any closing words for us? Oh, there she go.
Be safe, be strong, keep it healthy.
Okay, what about Imani Day? What's going on?
On Imani Day, we will have Tarok starting at 11:30. We're going to be talking about understanding the African Black woman. Uh, so it should be a good, throw out some good questions for everybody to think about, to come back and discuss on Divine Conversations, which is the fourth Imani in the month.
So we will be streaming the conversation. Well, actually, the first one is not going to be a conversation. It's going to be more of, for lack of a better term, lecture. It's going to be a it's going to be a digi presentation, and then the conversation. Go ahead.
Be on the lookout for the upcoming Malcolm X Revolutionary Festival / Juneteenth DigiFest coming up in June, since we had to postpone things. So be on the lookout for those things online, and we'll share with you how you can support and make it happen.
That's what, man. See, that's what I'm talking about, family. But yo, we want to thank y'all for joining us on G&J Media. G&J Media. G&J Media. Something was missing when I said it, but anyway, family, I want to thank y'all. It's been a tiring day. I will tell y'all about it in the future because I had to leave the office. But anyway, we're going to put on late night Digi TV, so you catch up on some of these old folk tales for grown folks, these old On Mile 3s, these old shows that we have been putting out for the last 10 years. Did somebody hang up or did somebody come on the line? Let me see. Tim, brother Tim, you gonna come?
Yes, sir.
What's going on,
brother?
You ain't just now tuning in, are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we just about to get off.
Oh, that's all right, man. I just checked my message after it got freed up. But I called.
Yeah, I mean you handling your business. So go on, you can listen to the replay. Everybody gonna listen to the replay, like, share, subscribe. And also, family, check this out. If y'all would, follow us on all platforms, especially Twitch. We have a goal that we're trying to get on Twitch, and I know a lot of y'all, I don't game. It's not just for gamers anymore. We're flipping the script. Twitch is one of the only places where you can stream 24 hours a day if you want to. And we are about to take advantage of that shit. So, family, please follow us on Twitch. And I know some of y'all like, well, how I get there? Go to gnjmedia.live. And when you want to like it, it's going to take you automatically to Twitch. At the bottom of the screen, it say Twitch. As a matter of fact, while y'all here with me, some of y'all that's watching, I'm going to show you how to do it. Boom. You go to gnjmedia.live. You got the live button up here. Right? You got all of the platforms that we on. You can follow us on all platforms. You got the tip jar. Right here you can click. Or you can just go right here. You got the merch store right here. Right here is the chats. And you can just open it or close it. And then, if you go to the bottom, after you wind it down, come on, there we go. After you wind it down, I'm going to check the points later. We ain't going to check the points right now. I don't know what I did with the points, by the way. It's on here somewhere. Uh-oh, then I took the points off, so I got to figure out how to get the points back up here because Kwame's whooping everybody's butt. But when you go down here and you click start watching, it'll take you to Twitch. And on Twitch, you go and you can go and get that, you know what I'm saying, get on there. And I know a lot of y'all got Prime. So when we get to a point, y'all will go on and adopt Gye-Nyame Journey as a show, and part of your Prime money will go to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This shit is hot. It's crazy, right? It's like you got this Prime and you get a free membership. You get a free subscription every month through Prime. And that free membership goes to play the streamer. So we got 100 of our family with Amazon, and they get on there and they got Amazon Prime, and they get on Twitch. And they go on and register and make sure that they know that they are a Prime member. When you subscribe, you get 1 free subscription per month. We get 100 of our own people subscribing to Gye-Nyame Journey. You only have to put up money. You already paid the money. It's part of the Prime package. And a portion of that goes to Gye-Nyame Journey. Free and easy. Can't beat that. I'm sitting up here like, God damn. I'm sitting up here trying to get 1,000 people on YouTube. Shit, we could support Gye-Nyame Journey and all the shit we doing with 200, which we got already. We got 943 on Facebook. With just 200 people, we could go on and match all the stuff that we doing on Facebook and YouTube combined as a group. But anyway, I'll lay the plan out for y'all later on. But this brother Hatem, I want to say peace, hair grease, love, joy, happiness. Damn, I didn't even take y'all. My fault. I feel so stupid. All right, so I got to be on here. Be on the lookout for okay. And Brother D is posting it up and everything. You doing the damn thing, bro. That's what I love. All right, let me go on and redo that for y'all real quick. So I have to extend my stay. All right, boom. Let's do that. Back. So if you look on the screen, right here is GNJmedia.live. It takes you over here. If you go over here to the corner, you got a little funny little box right here. If you click that, that'll bring out the chat. Come on. My computer moving slow. Look, it's circling everything. Come on. It's shy. But the chat is over here. Okay? You click it. It brings it out. There you go. You see it? Boom. That's the chat. And when you chat in here, this is chatting on Twitch, which is some of the stuff that we need, right? You click on this, give you some other information. English, pro settings, my donation history, log out. Got other stuff down there that you go and look at for yourself, right? I mean, the whole site piece is nice. You got the merch window right here. And, of course, you just go down here and peruse some of the merch, nice shirts. I didn't pick the models. They don't let me pick the models. But, hey, that's where we are right now. Just right now. It's only right now. It's temporary. It's not permanent. All right? Got the tip jar. You can have it in whatever language you want. Look at that. All these languages you can have this in. Translated for you. Then also you keep track of your donation history. Be like, man, look, I've been donating for such and such amount of time. Shut up talking to me, Brother Hatem. All right. Then when you click here in the middle, start watching, it'll take you to the Twitch channel, and you can click Twitch and just sign up. You don't ever have to go to Twitch unless you come to check us out at G&J Media. Actually, you have to go past the screen. But we do need subscribers on Twitch. All right, so that we could really do some of the stuff we're doing. And I keep on running to you know what? And what's crazy to me is that everybody that I ask, do they have Amazon Prime? They all say yeah. And, you know what I'm saying? And so that we're not using the full extent of something that we have, that we're paying for on an annual basis. Some of us on a monthly basis. You get Twitch Prime, which means that you have the ability to subscribe to a channel in Twitch. Not only that, but you go to all the Twitch, but you could go and that subscription that you get gives that channel a certain amount of money every month that you subscribe. So some people we can set up an arrangement where people are just giving. You know what I'm saying? You already doing it. You already paid the money. You're paying the money by supporting Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So hey, this brother Hatem, I ain't gonna go in on that because I could say a lot of shit about that, but I ain't trying to get kicked. I ain't trying to get kicked off of Twitch. I'm just now getting back on getting partially back on YouTube right now. So I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm going to go and lay it down. But yo, this brother Hatem, and I'm out for the 5th time. I'm out.